Hello, darlings. It's Meri from ReadMeri, and I'm here complete with hay fever to talk to you about whether or not I'm going to continue with the blog. Basically, you might recall that I decided I needed a couple of weeks off, and there's some very good reasons for that. Um, One is that there are some things I've got going off in my real life which I really want to pay attention to. I'm working on a project. It's something that I've wanted to do my whole life, really, and um, I'm not somebody who deals with stress very well. So I need to find a balance between the drive to continue with it and ultimately complete it, and putting too much on myself and ending up burning out. So I'm not always good at keeping that balance in check. So what I've done is I've written myself what I'm calling Meri's Womanifesto. That's like a manifesto, only for me. I can't bring myself to have a manifesto. So it's only got 5 points. It won't take me long, and it will help me to continue with the blog, at least to some extent. Point one on my Womanifesto is nobody cares like you do. And that's just a fact, isn't it? Um, Nobody cares quite as much as I do about if my photos are any good. For instance, because my computer was great, but is now pretty much on its last legs, and I struggle sometimes to stay afloat long enough to take the picture. Sometimes my computer crashes, and with some of the pictures that people are putting out, the resolution, the detail is absolutely incredible. It's lifelike, and I can't do that, and that's okay because nobody cares about it quite as much as I do. In fact, there are many better bloggers than me. There are many worse bloggers than me, and maybe that's okay. Maybe I don't have to be the best at everything all of the time. Maybe some things it's okay just to take part in. So there we go. Point one. Point two of my Womanifesto: cut yourself some slack. Um, this all ties into perfectionism and wanting to do the best at everything I do. I can't do my best all the time. I can't be my best all the time. And again, that's okay. I'm going to cut myself some slack. I'm going to do my blogs and do my pictures, and they will be good enough, hopefully. And if they're not, ultimately my sponsors will let me go. But equally, that's okay because they have to make the best decisions for them. So, yeah, cut myself some slack. Point three of the Womanifesto: prioritize. As I said under point one, there's some things going off in my life which are really important to me, and I want to make sure that they get the best of me and the majority of my attention. So, prioritization is going to be important. Um, I'm going to be spending more time on the things I should be doing and ultimately that I want to be doing, and perhaps a little bit less time on the blog. And that's okay because I'm cutting myself some slack and because nobody cares like I do. Point four: have fun. I think somewhere in with the feelings about duty and responsibility and being the best I can be, I might have lost sight of why I started doing it in the first place. And the reason I started blogging in the first place was to have fun and express myself. Just because I have other avenues of expressing myself doesn't mean the blog has no worth. Indeed, I can write about crap on the blog that I can't talk about elsewhere, or nobody would be interested in hearing about anyway. So I'm going to try and have fun, even in lockdown, even when I've got so little to talk about. I'm going to do what I want to do and make sure that it's fun. whilst prioritising everything, cutting myself some slack and acknowledging that nobody cares about this like I do. And point 5 is a little bit sad, but nothing lasts forever. And indeed it doesn't. We will see how the blog goes. We'll see if my views drop off or if people stop reading because I'm not posting quite so frequently. We will see if my Flickr likes drop because I'm not going to stress out over the photos, or indeed, as I suspect, whether the likes I get are just because people either like the avatar, the clothes, or they, think, oh yeah, that's all right. I'll just click like. Perhaps they're just nice people. So I suspect it's not going to make a hell of a lot of difference. And we'll see. This is not to say that I won't be putting effort in. I'm going to put a lot of effort in. I'm going to sometimes go out to places and find nice environments in which to take photographs. And sometimes I'm sure I'll get carried away and put a lot of time in, but I don't have to do that because nobody cares like I do. And I'm going to cut myself some slack, prioritise and have fun and accept that I'll do it for as long as I want to do it and no longer, not even 1 minute longer. So, big hugs to you all. I hope that your manifesto or Womanifesto is good for you. And yeah, I suggest you make yourself one because, we all need to think about what we're doing and why occasionally. Big hugs to you all. Bye bye.